National Division I Women's College Championship. As Penn State goes into the tackle, that's Sadie Anderson, just a freshman. Down on the deck, Stanford with their defense set, and on second phase, a penalty against Stanford, and to Penn State, the first advantage of the day. Quick tap, here come the Penn State. The Lady Ruggers from Penn State down on the deck. That's Kate Daly, the number 8. Quick out it goes again. Penn State, third phase. Pushing ahead, pushing Stanford back. Very aggressive come out here. Brian for Penn State. Down Megan Burns.
And Dave, a fantastic start for this Penn State side. They want to use their forwards. That's where Brown really took advantage of Stanford yesterday. Stanford, of course, wants to match that physicality at the breakdown. But a good start by Penn State. Nice ball retention.
Anderson with the good hands. Breeze a crosswind right now. Anderson once again goes out into the backs. Quickly they send it out. They brought the fullback Rachel Muir in. She knocks it forward, but advantage continues. Here comes Stanford, the Cardinal with the first touch of the day. And they will go in to tackle, working with advantage ball. They have some space outside. Instead, they take it straight up, and a penalty is going to be against Penn State offsides. Both sides being nicked for a penalty already by referee Dana Teagarden.
And this is one area that Stanford will really try to utilize. Anytime they get a penalty opportunity, they're going to take that quick tap, trying to get some of those speedsters out wide in the loose.
Stanford with 2 out wide. Can they get it there? No, a mishandle again, and the big tackle. Stanford's Mel Smith was hit, and the ball knocked forward by Penn State, and a scrum to Stanford.
And it certainly looked like a good opportunity for Stanford. They had Jessica Watkins out wide as well. She could not handle that ball. Good pressure defense by Penn State. That's what they want to do. They want to continue to put that pressure on, not allowing that Stanford back 3 to get the ball into any kind of space whatsoever. Oh, a lot of room on that right side too. Doesn't look like the wingers coming back in the line, so it doesn't look like they're going to do a weak side move here from the scrum.
So referee Dana Teagarden sorting things out with the front rows. Penn State with wins over Dartmouth and BYU and Navy yesterday, and that's how they got here. The Stanford story, another Pac-10 school, UCLA, they blew them out, then took care of Army and yesterday Brown.
Oh, good pressure. Was that Annie Ziegler? Good pressure from that Penn State scrum. And Kate Daly, you're going to see her on the floor a lot today.
Penn State takes the ball. Kristen Snyder, the skipper, down to the deck. Penn State inside 22 meters with another pick and go at the back of the ruck, and the response from Stanford up to the task.
Oh, they have it out wide if they get it out.
Anderson, the freshman, trying to turn the corner. Cardinal defense ready for her. Just outside 22 now. Play on, they say. Big number 8, that's Kate Daly.
Yeah, what hands, huh?
Very good movement. There is Casey Furlick. Furlick gets into the fullback Muir, and into touch go Penn State. Pretty determined offense and defense from both sides, Brian.
Well, I think Stanford's matching up a little bit better at the breakdown today. And you know Penn State is really going to try to utilize that, use that big, powerful back row. Kate Daly, Allison Warman, who was fantastic in the victory over Navy yesterday. Kristen Snyder, the captain, she was the number 6 yesterday. Shows her versatility playing hooker today.
And the line out. It's going to be tough today with this win.
Yeah, especially when you try to go to the tail of the line. Just so many more opportunities for that wind to take it. And that's what happened on there. And now it's going to be a golden opportunity for Penn State. Scrum, a little bit of weak side room over here. Daly's looking out strong to the back line.
And you're right. We'll see if they decide to go to Casey Furlick here on the near side. She was a fly half last year. Playing out on the wing. They bring Muir directly behind the scrum to look as if to attack, and they're going to bring it up to get the front row settled in again.
Yeah, Dave, but that 8-7 combination, Daly and Warman, they have just turned into a tremendous tandem.
They ruined Brown yesterday.
Looks like Mel Smith's coming over now to guard that weak side against any possible move. Nice engage. Good solid platform for Penn State.
Out it goes. On the burst is Anderson. Sadie through the gate. In for the try. Freshman Sadie Anderson shreds the Stanford defense on the set piece. One phase after the scrum. Through she goes. And Penn State takes a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot in it. Just a straight little move from Daly to Ziegler. Ziegler, there's just a little pop pass up to Sadie Anderson. Anderson shoddy tackling that time by Stanford. She just went right up the gut, scored between the poles. A nice start for this Penn State side.
The conversion will be attempted by Jane Gordon. Plays lock. Jonathan Eales kicking for Australia out at lock possession. She nails it. And Penn State extends their lead 7-0. Just as underway. About 6 or 7 minutes gone.
Well, so far, the entire 7 minutes of rugby has been played down in the Stanford end of the field. They took that opening kickoff, march across midfield. Good ball retention on a few phases of possession, then good scrum work. And again, Kate Daly, a major player in this Penn State attack so far.
Well, this rivalry, which is just this championship game, the domain of Penn State and Stanford. Penn State has won 2 of the 4. So they've split. This will be the tiebreaker. 5 championship games straight. Here come the Cardinal into the hands of Enisayo. And she motors down the pitch. The senior scored a try against Brown, and she is placed into touch inside 22. So you're mentioning, Brian, early on it was all at the Penn State end. The Cardinal have taken care of that quickly. They are now inside 22 at the lineout to Penn State.
Well, this is what Stanford wants to do. They want to get it out wide, and that time they did breach that defense. Got it out to Enisayo. She scored a try yesterday against that Brown side. Lots of pace on the outside.
Nice take once again on the lineup by Gordon.
Blue's going forward. Scrum blue.
And a scrum has been organized for Penn State. They were moving the ball forward in the tackle.
And look for the Lady Lions here to just clear the ball into touch, trying to pick up some space. The scrum's inside the 22, so there's no fear of having the ball come out where the lineout takes place, where the ball goes out.
Touch. Pause. Engage. You need to move around.
Look at Daly. She's a stud. Good field awareness.
A nice pass in support of her was Allison Warman. Warman into the tackle. Now the ball up in the air, taken away by the Cardinals. So a turnover ball. Quickly the ball out by Peng. And chipped out in front by B. Lyons. Taken by Muir. Her kick, not to touch. Taken by Smith. The senior gets it out to her fullback, Watkins. Jessica running in retreat, looking for some space. She's going the wrong way.
Grant Tarkington.
Finally, she gives it up to her center, Cooper Ryder, and Jen moves inside the 10-meter line. Wow, that's a lot of real estate. I think that requires some bailout money. There was so much real estate involved.
Oh, and Stanford ruined a perfect opportunity. They had some numbers out wide. Oh, nice hands. Is that Rosso? Oh, I think Teagarden ruled it forward.
Scrum to Stanford. Wow.
Nope, that was the other center. That was Megan Burns. Pretty enterprising play by both these sides. Mel Smith made a couple of wonderful plays for the Cardinal.
Scrum after the forward pass to the Cardinal. And that scrum moved 90 degrees, so Penn State will have the put in.
And good strategy by Penn State. You want to thwart them. You want to give them bad ball if they do get any, but it was a nice scrum wheel by this Penn State pack. And let's see what they do. They're going to line up strong. Not a whole lot of weak side room, but with Daly at number 8, it really doesn't matter. She does so many good things picking up that ball off the base. Oh, look at that. Stanford just replies.
Took it away. Peng, the halfback, gets it in to the back line. V. Lyons gives it up. Through the hole is Cooper Ryder. And down on the deck she goes. Stanford trailing 7-0. First half, national championship game on their own turf here in Palo Alto, California. Ball taken to the tackle. And a penalty against the Cardinal for hanging on to the ball in the tackle. So the second penalty assessed against the Cardinal. And a Penn State kick. That one does not make it to touch. So Anderson misses. It gives an opportunity to Cromartie. And across it goes to Ensayo. And she is wrestled immediately down to the ground. Great tackle by Furlick. And a penalty, and it's going to be against the Cardinal.
Dave, you said it. Wonderful defense by Casey Furlick. Played a lot of fly half last year as a freshman, mostly center this year. Now we see her out on the wing, so very versatile player. Best vision on the team, according to her coach, Pete Steinberg. But a wonderful tackle against a very, very dangerous Stanford attacker.
Kick into touch. Gives Penn State the throw in, roughly 7 meters from the try line. There you go, Brian. Now you get monitors.
Yes. Wonderful attacking position here for Penn State. Let's see where they go. They got 2 pods set up. It's going back. Nice throw into the wind.
Sensational play as they turn it up. Taken by Daly. And she has teammates dive over her. Penalty. And it's going to be to the Cardinal. They will kick it into touch. Start again. So Penn State with an error. And they will begin again. Kick this tower over. I saw that ball coming toward our tower.
Oh boy, if you're Pete Steinberg, you hate to see that. A beautiful ball off that lineout. You have Kate Daly driving down to about 5 meters, and you have 2 or 3 of your forward players just go over the top onto the floor. Stanford able to relieve a little bit of that pressure.
Cardinal with their halfback. Peng, who throws it in, gets into her more traditional position. Of course, there was a time, Brian, a lot of halfbacks used to throw the ball in. That's a little throwback by the Cardinal right now. Wings and scrum halves on lineouts. Now usually the hooker. Watkins came into the line to take the ball. Now it goes to Cromartie. And with another pass, Cardinal running out from their own end. Out in front of 22. And the ball goes into touch.
Yeah, wonderful defense again by Penn State. They really closed down that outside channel. Stanford wanted to do that wide. Look at right there. They have 2 Penn State defenders trying to corral that. Did a wonderful job coming from that backside.
Ladies, clean it up at the tackle.
Keeping that pressure on. You want to keep the opposition pinned in their own half. And Penn State has done a really good job in this first 15 minutes.
Good look at Diana Peng, senior. She played hooker last year. That's one of the reasons why she can throw the ball in so well. That time it's taken away by Penn State.
Daly or Warman?
I believe it's Daly.
Usually one of the two.
Yeah, she's working at that incredible rate again. We saw that yesterday. Brian, let's note that too. You mentioned that group in the back. It's not Tinkers, Devers, the chance. It's Fad, Warman, and Daly. They had a whale of a game yesterday and come right back and do it 2 days in a row.
Well, actually, Christian Snyder played the flank yesterday. Yeah, but that back row was so awesome yesterday. It really shut down that Navy attack, led to a lot of scoring opportunities. Daly had 2 tries yesterday. Warman had 1. So they did their share in the scoring column.
This time Anderson's kick makes touch. And with the penalty, the line out to Penn State. They lead it 7-0 here at Stanford.
Oh, nice take, Gordon.
Jane is known as the lineout specialist for Penn State. Came down with that one. Run it straight ahead. Hard running that time by Lauren Poole. She's just a freshman, and she delivers Penn State 10 meters away from the try line. Stanford won it last year.
Is that a steal? Yeah, Stanford, good job defensively.
With the takeaway, now they bring it out, and the kick, that's not going to find touch. Instead, the ball taken by Muir. Rachel coming to near side, breaking a tackle, now across 22. Muir ridden down. And they're going to call the ball into the tackle and a scrum to the attacking side, Penn State.
Oh, nice hit by Amelia V. Lyons, the fly half for the Stanford team. She just crushed Muir. She was coming in bounds, forced that knock on. And you're talking about Lauren Poole. Steinberg has a lot of praise for her. He thinks she's going to develop into a dominant scrummager. You're right, just a freshman, played number 8 in high school. Imagine the fly half with her coming at you, full bore.
Take it out. Here comes Penn State again. Nice little dummy by Anderson. This time the Cardinal bring her down. Last time she'd raced in for a try.
Yeah, good work.
Get it to Poole. And the Cardinal assemble on her with their defense. Penn State with a whole lot of students out left. Student body for sure, but they go inside for their second try. Kate Daly, but bring it back.
Yeah, I think the referee's going to say she was in the way. She prevented the Stanford defenders from tackling Kate Daly. Whether they could or not, I'm not sure, but Daly, another strong run. Okay, here's the ball. You see Ziegler, and there's.
Don't run a pick off me.
I'm not sure if she was in the way of the opposition or not. But Stanford Cardinal, rightly so. The skipper probably said, hey, you're in the way, ref. Let's bring it back. Make them work for these tries.
All right, now they're saying that the front row of the Cardinal brought the ball down. Look at that push ahead by Allison Warman. Penn State close to the line. They scored a try called back a moment ago. They lead 7-0. They're trying to make it 14. Oh, it's knocked forward, and it's going to be penalty against the Cardinal. And I believe Dana Teagarden was pointing at Amelia B. Lyons.
Red 10, not 10.
Well, there was the original penalty, and now she's saying the Stanford defense was not back 10.
Not in the red zone.
So it's going to be another opportunity here. It looks like Penn State's going to elect to go with a scrum.
I think that's a great move, Brian.
Well, that's just the way Kate Daly's been running off the base.
Off the base of the scrum, not having all the... There's 8 fewer Cardinals standing up right now.
And you got a lot of room on this right side. You got Mel Smith. Again, her and Kate Daly, a lot of the coaches think those are the 2 premier women's rugby players in the college game today. Oh, and they're just going to go for the 8-man shove.
Penn State, nice scrummage. Don't get turned 90. Picked up eventually by Daly. Got to get her team back on side. Picked up, I believe that's Lauren Russer. Tight head prop picked that one up for the PSU crowd. Taken away by the Cardinal under a lot of pressure, but here comes the Cardinal out from the try zone, and a kick ahead, nobody home. 50 meters gained by the Cardinal. I believe it was Mel Smith, the senior, with the boot that delivered the Cardinal defense and pushed Penn State behind the halfway line. Wow, what a change.
Nice kick by Smith. And here's the steal. Again, Stanford forward pack. They're getting gritty then when they have to. She eludes Daly right here. Sees a lot of open space in front of her and puts that kick down nicely into touch. It's going to be a Penn State throw-in, but 50 meters picked up by the Stanford side.
That's a game changer.
Well, that's 2 or 3 opportunities that Penn State have had down deep. Oh, another nice throw. That was... Well, you hate to see that. Yep. Ziegler just a little bit of a knock on in that line out. Running a little bit too quick. But beautiful throw by Snyder. You see through the scrummy.
Just a couple of minutes ago, it looked like Penn State was going to go at least 12, maybe 14-0. But now, clearly a momentum change, at least for the moment. The Cardinal with the scrum inside Penn State territory. 7-0. As you see, just about half of the first half in the books.
And we've yet to see Jessica Watson on the loose. Of course, that's the main strike weapon for the Stanford side.
Blue one, straight to ground.
The floor.
Yep. Penalty against Penn State. All of a sudden, the Cardinal. A lot of advantage. Here comes Cooper Ryder. She takes the ball down. Nice play by Jen to hang on to that ball. Pass behind her. Little chip ahead by Watkins, the fullback. Covered by the wing on the far side. That's Oceani.
Good play by the Penn State forwards.
And they begin again.
Yeah, that's what they do so well. Oh, nice. Good strength to stay on her feet. Wait for her forces to come and support.
Ball becomes a ruck at the 10-meter line. Lauren Poole gets whacked, and she does the whacking on her own. Daly.
Oh, nice ball retention. A couple of Stanford players fighting for that ball. Good strength.
Fourth phase, Brian. 4 phases. Count them. Little space outside for Muir. Gets it to Furlick. That's Muir, actually. And she's wrestled into touch. Tackle made by Ensayo.
Yeah, that's a penalty.
14 must be
That's a penalty. You saw Rachel Muir and who is 14, Casey Furlick. They're not allowing the Jessica Watkins to do that quick line out. Good call by Teagarden. And again, Muir and Furlick, a couple of times we've seen them just run out of room on this outside. They got to have better field awareness. They need to know where they are in the pitch, how much room they have.
Penalty kick off the hands of Furlick. She would have had an opportunity if she'd caught it to counterattack it. Instead, it'll be the Cardinal with a lineout. We've got a time.
The Stanford player caught in the offside position.
Once again, they go back to Daly. All right, now they go again. Nice regather by Poole. And the freshman moves forward. Another turnover taken out by Peng. Here come the Cardinal again. Smith not going to give up without a fight. She goes forward on the second burst.
Oh, that is so important. Great job by Smith.
This time, the Lions with the break. The freshman gets it outside of Cromartie. Cromartie, nice make it Watkins, the fullback. Watkins with one step. Watkins is flying to the try zone. She's headed for the try. Stanford. Wow.
That is some flat-out gas, David. That's what they've been trying to do. Get it out wide to the speed, and oh my goodness. Oh, and there's a steal again. There's actually, look at Smith. That was so vital, getting those 2 yards, 2 meters going forward. That opens things up, but nice play by the fly half. Z-Lions outside. I thought she was going to wait a little bit too long to get out to Watkins. Watkins, a little step inside. That's what froze Muir, and then it was no contest. As Jessica Watkins, just too much speed.
You got it, guys.
Wow.
Well, it took the Cardinal about 25 minutes to get on the scoreboard. As you take a look at Mel Smith, she will attempt the conversion. That's what's ahead for her. And we'll see if she can level this score.
Well, now you know why Watkins led the scoring in those Sevens World Cup.
Smith, spot on. And we're tied 7 apiece. Penn State and Stanford. And that gets the Stanford band giddy as usual.
And again, against the run of play, Stanford is not really threatened so far in this first 35 minutes of play. But when you get the speed they do out wide, it doesn't take a whole lot, and they can score from anywhere. Take a good look at Jonathan Griffin, the head coach at the Stanford University, both men and women.
Director of rugby, and what a plant to work with here at Stuber Stadium on the campus. This, by the way, folks, is a dedicated rugby facility. It's not shared with soccer. They've got their own beautiful facility here.
I was talking to Dave Yancey yesterday, a big Stanford backer, an alumni here as well. And he said, you know, they do have a lot of high school rugby out here. They don't, they're not greedy with this rugby field. They do let others in the area play.
Daly after the penalty against the Cardinal with a quick tap. Here comes Penn State again. They're out wide. This is Russell. Lauren is in. Try Penn State. They answer immediately, Brian.
And it's those 2 people we talked about in the pregame, Kate Daly and Lauren Rosso, the 2 key figureheads for this Penn State side. Daly's so tough, picking up the big yards. There's the penalty. Look at leadership, the quick tap. breaks about 2 or 3 tackles. Good vision. She saw Lauren Rosso had a little bit more speed, momentum. Jessica Watkins did her best to try to cut her down. Oh, look at a fend. Big, powerful fend by Daly. Lauren Rosso looking two hands on the ball. Now she's going for the line. Yes. Nice camera work, guys.
Sadie Anderson, the freshman, with a conversion. This is a long-distance dial-up, and she is on the mark. Is she long enough? No, a little bit shy, but she was straight at it. Anderson's kick short, but Penn State retakes their lead, now 12-7.
There you see Pete Steinberg with the sunglasses on his head. He's the coach of this Penn State side.
Here we go again. Kickoff from Peng. Taken by Penn State. Another one of the workhorses, Allison Warman.
Whoa, Red, good.
Penn State had a lot of people outside. Instead, they move it straight up. Fadden down. Leah with her first touch of the day. Now they get it wide. One more pass to make. Here comes the break and the pass to Muir. Rachel with one inside. That's Furlick. She gives it to Furlick. Furlick looking back for Muir. Muir goes back to Furlick. And the last pass was just a little bit forward. How about that?
Oh, better field awareness. Watch Lauren Rosso right here. Watch the little dummy. Commits 2 players. Great little handoff. And here's where Muir and Furlick, nice little give and go. I would love to have seen the chip over the top that time by Rachel Muir. Try to put Furlick in a little bit of space. There you see Pete again, another blown opportunity. Good first half of rugby, though.
Both teams with some speed outside and then some.
Okay.
Dana Teagarden, she had a big run last night doing the San Diego State game against BYU. Comes back today. She has had a big weekend.
I think she even hit a ruck once or twice.
She did, as a matter of fact. All right, let's start again. From the back is Daly.
Yeah, that Penn State forward power again spoils another scrum for Stanford.
Anderson with a nice pick, goes into the centers. That's Burns.
Rock!
Oh, outside they had a big opportunity there, but the ball was knocked forward. It's going to be a scrum to the Cardinals.
On, you're diving on it and killing it.
The Penn State folks dove on it, so it's going to be a kick to the Cardinal, but that kick is taken. Muir kicked it directly.
Not 10.
Make that Watkins kick directly to Warman, but they weren't 10. That was quite a play, Brian, even though she was offside. Just take that kick, not block it, just catch it. Watch
Captain.
that. Yeah, fine.
Captain.
And she has been all over the field. Good work rate, again, just like yesterday. Let's see what the ref has to say to both captains.
Let's talk about professional fouls.
Are we complying with it? No. You need to fix it. Okay. You got to get back 10. You've got to let the game run. Okay. All right. Too many infractions. Okay. Everybody's on the edge of it. You understand? Yeah. Sort it. Right.
You fix it. Thank you, ma'am. And that's exactly what Mel Smith tells her teammates. Fix it. Get onside. But talking about professional fouls, one when Penn State did not allow the Cardinal to use the ball on a quick line out. Now not back 10. Both teams have been caught for that recently. Not retreating 10 yards after the penalty.
I got it for my test judge.
And Dana Teagarden says no more.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Under 10 to go, first half, 12-7. Penn State trying to win their third of this 5-match set. 5 years in a row, these two teams have met in the national championship game, and they've split them.
Yeah. They have to keep retreating until they're put onside. They stopped at 9. They got to keep retreating until they get put on 10. Timeout's over. She's on. No, play.
Into the tackle they go.
Release.
Penn State. Here comes that runner again, the freshman Anderson. She already has one try. She's on her way. May have another. The ball tackle out of her arms. Forward. Knock on. Scrum to the Cardinal. They hung it for dear life. Now I was looking at Penn State has 1, 2, and I read my own notes wrong. Penn State has won twice. Let's have one more look at Anderson's break.
Oh, another golden opportunity for Penn State. They've been down there close on a number of occasions. Have only come away with 2 tries.
Yeah, here's how it works. Stanford has won 3 of the 4, but Penn State won the last one prior to the start of the 5-match setup.
Exactly.
Okay.
Either way, both these teams know what the final's all about.
And well, I'll tell you what, if Penn State wins today, then they will have split the last 6. How's that? All right, Penn State will have the scrum now. Another good wheel. I believe, Brian, that's about the 3rd time that Penn State's been able to take away scrummage ball from the Cardinal.
Yeah, they've done well in the scrums, but it just seems like the Stanford defense, their forward pack too, has been digging down and deep when this Penn State team has been close to the line. Let's see if they try another push over here. Daly again.
Taken down at 5 meters.
Oh, that's going to be a penalty. Good
and
call.
It is.
Good call and good play. I think that was our opposite. Was that Francis Warwine?
Cardinal. Smith looks down the field, sees everybody uptight, kicks it down across the touch line at the halfway line. Penn State is going to try.
Oh, wow. Oh, my
that
goodness.
was so close to a disaster because that quick throw-in almost went to Amelia B. Lyons, who would have flown with that name Amelia all the way for a try.
Oh, I'm not sure why Penn State threw that quick line out.
No, we're going to call
That really was disastrous. Again, Muir and Furlick, they're giving Steinberg a heart attack over there on the sideline.
We talked about it twice in a row. You're holding in contact. You know exactly what you're doing. 10 minutes.
And it's going to be a yellow card. And it's going to be Penn State. And I didn't get a sense. That's Kristen Snyder, the captain, coming off, Brian. And I didn't get a... No, I take that back. You see, it's Kate Daly.
Well, that's even bigger play.
Yeah.
That's going to really hurt this Penn State side. Look for Warman to do even more. But you can see Daly. She knows she messed up. You can't leave your team short. That's really, really bad discipline, especially in a final.
The breeze is now cutting the field 45 degrees, and it's in Stanford's favor right now. It's going back inside. That's Susan Decker, the prop. Nice recycle, phase 2.
Oh,
what a blocker play. Nicely done. Here's Cooper Ryder. Jen down in the tackle inside 22. The Cardinal trail by 5. It's their field. Ball tipped and tapped around. Can't do that. And it's going to be a scrum after the knock-on to Penn State.
Dave, is it just me, or does it look like Stanford, realizing Kate Daly's out the pitch, has just found like some renewed energy? They're starting to run the ball a little bit more, attack a little bit more.
Yep, and it's going to be interesting now with Penn State with a scrum. This will be their first scrum down a player.
Blue ball.
Yeah, it looks like they took the right side flanker off. It looks like Warman has come to the 8 position. There you see the scrums. 8 for Stanford. They've only lost 1.
All right, they come out. Warman picks it up. Our counterpart in the sin bin. And that will continue into the start of the second half. Penn State, however, wins the ruck, wins the ball, takes it back at 22, can't kick it directly to touch. Watch out, here's Jessica Watkins. Nice little soccer move to keep it, then she knocks it forward. Tried to get the little chip going her way. Instead, here comes the skipper, Kristen Snyder. I thought she was off, she's very much on. And the ball knocked again forward by the Cardinal. So it's going to be a scrum to Penn State. Under 5 minutes remain. First half from Stanford, California, the National Guard National Championship. Division I teams, Penn State and Stanford.
And there we saw a great play by Jessica Watson. She did the right thing on that kick. She didn't want to risk the knock-on by feeling on the fly. But then when she tried to grab it, she did cause the knock-on. There you see Jonathan Griffin.
Yeah. They got plenty outside. They need to make a pass. Anderson will take the ball into the tackle. Second phase, looking for halfway line. Pass 1, pass 2. Here they go. They got one outside. Here's Furlick again. Cuts back inside. Down she goes. Nice tackle again by Ensayo. And diving in. People losing their feet Big no-no with all the referees.
Oh, and here's that quick tap penalty.
They all do that now in this game today. Boom, boom. Goes Decker. At the halfway line are the Cardinal. Going to come to the near side. Here's Watkins. Watkins gets the pass back. I don't see that one every day. And Sile picks it up. She's got wheels too. And Sile cuts in. Two Penn State players take her down.
Oh, they got numbers out wide, Dave.
All they got to do is throw a pass. There it goes, and they couldn't execute it, Brian. They threw that last one forward, bring it back. Oh, what a golden opportunity missed by Stanford.
It looked like 5 out wide. Who's that? Cooper Ryder, I believe it was, just held on to it a little bit too long, threw the pass out forward, and they had a golden opportunity, Dave. Like you said, 3 or 4 out wide, a lot of gas out there, couldn't control it, couldn't capitalize. Both teams now ruining some scoring opportunities here in the first half. 12-7 still. That last scrum, Stanford did a great job pushing this Penn State pack back.
Fix it. Below your hips. I'm not talking to you about it again.
You heard the warning in the front row. I think that was Sony Scales.
Yep, I think she's had enough problems. Already one resting, and that's Daly. She may dodge a bullet here. Penn State get the ball out of this end. 2 minutes to go in the half, roughly 2 minutes. Go back into the centers.
Boy, they could have used Daly with all that room on the right side just a scrum ago.
All right, here you go. Here comes the kick. Anderson reads it well. The wing was up. Lots of room. Watkins looking to pick it up. She slips again.
Oh.
And tosses it forward. And Dana Teagarden on the spot makes the call. Forward pass. Penn State with a big break, Brian. They were down at their own end, playing with 14. Now they have the luxury of defending, about 70 meters.
And I thought Furlick was coming down way too quick. I thought Watson was going to just step her once and go around the other side because there's a lot of territory behind her.
I'm looking at, they may check Jessica Watkins' boots at halftime. She's had all kinds of problems staying on her feet. Picked up by Warman, the acting number 8. And the ball tossed a little bit forward so that halfback Annie Ziegler could not handle. Instead, it's a knock-on, and it'll be a scrum to the Cardinal. Unofficially, you see the time, under a minute remains in the first half. But what a first half it's been, with Penn State leading 12-7 national championship game.
Okay, they're going to go without a number 8 on the defensive scrums. Warman's back at her usual open side flank position. Good defense by Ziegler.
Annie brings her down just outside 22. Big hit applied by number 7. That's Victoria Whitaker for the Cardinal. But nonetheless, Penn State with the ball. Now they handle it into the centers. This is Rosso who picks it up. And they're going to call a knock-on. And it'll be a scrum again to the Cardinal. Waning seconds of the first half, bro.
How about the hit by that freshman fly half, Amelia Villayan? She just crushed her opposite. Watch it right here. Boom, boom. Hello. Just a freshman. She's a high school sports star in Arkansas.
Well, the way these two teams meet each other every year in the national championship. Hello, I'm a freshman. So am I. I'll see you next year. By the way, lovely to visit the ground with you. All right. Scrum.
Use it!
Oh, look at that room, and there's Watkins out wide.
Nice pick up by Peng.
Coming down his blue. Release!
Both sides having some trouble with the ball. I think that's Cromartie who hung on to the ball after she gathered it. Not a bad play, though.
14,
at first glance, they're going to bring her back and talk about, she didn't like it.
Pulling out the wallet.
Yep. There could
red
be.
zone. Talked about it. You're holding on and isolated.
Yep. She didn't want any more professional fouls. Holding on to the ball in the tackle. So Cromartie off for the final, probably the final play of the half. The both teams will be at 14, meaning when we begin the second half, Brian, Penn State will be down to 14 for about 5 minutes, and the Cardinal about 10. And I believe, unofficially, the time has expired, and Anderson's kick does not find, well, it does find touch, and that might be it. Yep, absolutely. Dana Teagarden says, we played 40 on my watch, and that's it. So Ramin Cromartie joins those in the sin bin. The band's ready to play. That means Jonathan Griffin. He took over this legendary program 5 years ago. They've had a pretty good run.
I've been here just about 5 years. So as director of the program, I look after not only the girls but also the boys. So I've got a wider remit. I'm very lucky to be one of the few full-time directors of rugby and head coaches here in the country. It's very much a privilege and one I take quite seriously. And I think from that perspective, my job has been incredibly easy, not only with the athletes and the officers that we have, but more importantly with the volunteer coaches. So we have 8 volunteer coaches, approximately 4 for the guys, 4 for the girls. And a lot of those are alumni who've been through the program and want the program to continue, but also move to another level as well. So like every program out there, volunteers are very much the heartbeat and the basis to any good program going forward. I came in, was very lucky to have a quality group of athletes in 05, and we won the championship in 05, 06. Missed out by a point to Penn State in 07 and won it again last year. So we've been very, very lucky over the last 10 or 15 years in terms of the success measured very much by getting to playoffs and getting trophies. Well, there's always adaptation within the game, and so the emphasis in terms of the last 9 months in getting these players ready is to be able to empower them enough and give them the tool set and the knowledge to be able to adapt within a game. So, you know, what we say very, very clearly, yes, we have a game plan, but your game plan is only your first go-to. So the game plan that we have coming into this game is our first step towards assessing and addressing any particular requirements that we need to have to get the game up and running. But ultimately, the players are out there. They have a toolbox of skills that, depending on whether or not they do X, we do Y. If they do A, we'll do B. So I'd like to think that we've empowered those players and given them the skill set to be able to assess that as we go through the game.
Well, they've empowered their players to make it to the national championship game, so something's going well. Speaking of what's going well, is a wonderful new relationship between American rugby and the National Guard. 12-7 to Penn State. Brian, that was a whale of a first half. We'll see if they can come anything close to the second half. But you mentioned the important matters here. Let's take a look. One of conditions. The wind will be at Penn State's back in this half, and for about 5 minutes, they will have a one-man advantage. Both teams will begin the second half with 14 players. Both teams have had a player put on the touch line with a yellow card infraction. There you see one of them right there. Kate Daly's got about another 5 minutes to serve, and Ramin Cromartie, the wing from Stanford, has about 10 minutes to serve of their sentences for hanging on to the ball in a tackle. And I don't think we're going to see that again.
Well, I don't think we're going to see it from Daly. You could see the emotion on her face when she was sent off. She knew she cost her team, and so far it hasn't cost her on a scoreboard.
Ball taken. Susan Decker. And here comes Stanford with their first touch. And the ball down on the deck, and that's going to be a problem for the Cardinal. Picked up there nicely by Penn State. And right out of the gate, Rosso picks it up on the turnover. The pass from Anderson. Nice tackles. Here they go. Recycle again. Anderson again. Pass a little bit too much out in front of Burns. Megan cannot hold on. And on the ensuing scrum, it'll be for Stanford, known as the Cardinal, members of the Pacific 10 Conference. It's a color, not a bird out here.
And watch this wonderful defensive play by Rosso. The ball's just bouncing around. Oh, nice play. V-line's just a little bit slow, and it looked like Rosso wanted a little bit more. She made a wonderful defensive play. You see the penalty's pretty even, 14-12. Penn State 2 more than Stanford. Pressure's still on though. Oh, look at this. Watkins isolated on this right side. Let's see if they try to put her away, try to let her do some work with her feet. Oh, nice scrum again by Penn State.
Where's the ball? Cardinal came up with it, Brian. I don't know how they did it, but they did.
Well, they're going backwards. Tennant picked it up, did a good job retaining possession for his side, for her side.
Now they're inside their own 22. Down to the deck it goes, taken by the Cardinal. Keep it? Nope. Turnover ball at the breakdown. Warman They got him out wide, Brian. There it is to the winger. Oceane.
Not held.
And she is tackled 5 meters out. Mined by Ziegler. She tries to turn it.
She's got to stand her feet, wait for help. Pretty good job there.
Blue's going forward.
All right. The blue team was moving forward, so scrum to them.
You see their turnover count again, just a couple more for Penn State than for Stanford. And I think that's because Penn State has much more possession in this first 43 minutes of play. Really had a bunch of scoring opportunities in that first half. You heard Pete Steinberg with Maria just before the half. He said, we know we got to capitalize more when we're down deep, and here's one of those instances. They're only about 4 meters from this Stanford line.
Pause, engage.
Is Daly back on? I think Daly's back in. Nope, Warman's still playing on the number 8 position. Can't be a whole lot of time. Okay, now she's coming in. Looks like Daly's coming in now. That'll be a big boost to this Penn State pack.
What a time to do it while they're down here inside 5 meters.
I'm back.
So now Penn State up 15 to 14. And so one player out. That's the wing, Ramin Cromartie for Stanford. And this is a great time for Stanford to try to make it a 2-score lead.
And Daly's going to be so excited to get back out there, make amends for her sin binning.
What are the odds of Daly picking this up? All right, let's see. The put in by Ziegler.
Oh, they fed it.
Fed it, and it's going to go the other way. Lost opportunity. Oh my goodness, Kate Daly picked it up. Thought the penalty was against the Cardinal. Instead, it's against them. They're going to run it out, Brian. Calculated risk in front of the posts, and the big tackle made. They stay on their feet. Do the Cardinal, they do. Ball into the hands of Ensayo. Boy, they just escaped the try line, and a penalty against Penn State. And now they got to move back another 10, or move back the original 10. She's going to give them another 10. Yep,
giving them more.
Yeah, we're about 5 yards. Here they go. They want to run it out. Smith with a long pass. One more pass. Gets away.
Well, that's a knock there.
Yeah, that's Jessica Watkins. She's been having troubles back there all day today. They gave her some lousy ball to try to deal with. Picked up by Penn State. Nice swirl or pirouette, if you will, by Leah Fadden. She goes into touch. Cardinal will have the line-out throw.
Yeah, good defense that time once again by Stanford. And they're just trying to, what they're doing on those tap penalties, they're trying to get Watkins with some space. And like you said, Dave, the passages have not been there. She's had to really scramble for any kind of ball that's coming her way.
And again, we mentioned this half, the Cardinal are moving into the breeze. It's a bit of a 45-degree angle affair, but still, it's in their faces. And we've got somebody down on the deck for Stanford. And they will tend to her. 12-7 our score, about 5 minutes away here in the second half. All right, come on, Annie, put it straight down the middle this time. And that's such a bad feed. Here they go. No, they go out to the backs. It's a one-hopper picked up nicely by Anderson. Ball gets away again. Want the knock on. Cardinal will have the scrum.
Well, they tried to get in Daly's hands off what we used to call a 128. With that 8-man coming in between the fly half and the center. Daly, I think, just might have taken her eyes off the pass. Looked like it was there, but she knocked it forward.
Problem I have with that, I don't care if it's men or women's rugby, is you got the ball 5 meters from the try line.
Yeah.
Why move it out 20 meters from the try line?
But especially when you have a powerful runner like Daly at the base.
Yeah, she's already there.
Yeah, she's exactly.
Leave her alone. All right, scrummage. Penn State pushing the Cardinal back, and it's a penalty, I believe. They tried to stop the push by dropping the front row. That's dangerous, and as a result, it's going to be a penalty to Penn State.
I would
kick
go
it or
for,
run it.
I'd go for 3.
I would as well. They'll take back the conversion.
That'll
make it a two-score game, and this is it. And it'll be the freshman, Sadie Anderson, who will have this opportunity. This is pretty much a chip shot for her. And as we mentioned, a little breeze at her back. So Penn State up by an unconverted try, 12-7. And if successful, Anderson can make it 15-7 and an 8-point lead. And she does. There you have it. It'll take the Cardinal 2 scores now.
And when you're down there, you do want to come away with points. That was kind of a no-brainer decision. They've been having trouble scoring against this Stanford defense when they've been down deep. Take that easy 3. And let's not forget, Stanford's still a person down. Probably for another 3 minutes or so. It was just before half. If you remember that Cromartie was sent off.
Nice take. Uh-oh. There's Daly with a head of steam out to the 10-meter line. Penn State ahead by 8, and they're coming right back at the Cardinal. Through the line goes Megan Burns.
Get out of that 10 red.
Oh, this one you shoot it out wide. Keep that momentum going. Some nice passes.
One more. There you go. Oh, they took a look inside. Muir went down in the tackle. Pass was a little bit late and into touch. Before that, though, penalty against Penn State.
I think we had a little obstruction by Penn State, not allowing the Stanford defense to get to that ball.
From the Cardinals. Smith's pass outside, taken into tackle. Oh, nicely done. Nice hands that time.
I think that was Decker.
Yeah, Decker it was. She's been very active today. Back it goes this time to Tennant. Knee to thee. And taken away at the tackle by Penn State, and then taken back by the Cardinals.
Oh, that looked like a penalty against Stanford, playing off the floor. That person never got on her feet. Referee said play on, and here's Smith straight. Look at that. 4 minutes. Oh!
How to go through Watkins. Watkins can fly. Watkins taken down by Muir, her counterpart at the 22.
No. Stop that.
And the chip ahead. Lots of pressure. Oh, nicely done. Muir covered it, and then she went over as Amelia V. Lyons, who kicked it, covered here. It's going to be a chip shot right in front of the sticks if the Cardinal elect to do it. Here you go, Brian.
Boom. That's amazing. Oh, that was fantastic. Plus, they got the benefit of getting out to Watkins. That was great. I love that play. And that last penalty, Dave, as we see Watkins, she finally gets bundled up. But it was, as you'd mentioned, Lyons never let the Penn State ball carrier, I think that was Rachel Muir, who finally secured that possession. She never let her get to her feet. She just barreled right into her.
And Muir suffering, as you see, the trainer for Penn State having a look at her. We'll have about 30 minutes remaining.
Oh, boy.
Another yellow card. My goodness. Well, we'll figure it out when we come back with the score. 15-7 national championship game. Amelia V. Lyons apparently delivered a blow at the tackle, and as a result, she comes out of the game with a yellow. And the kick to Penn State, when we left, we thought it was going to be a Cardinal opportunity. Instead, the ball on the kick taken by Jessica Watkins. And the ball knocked on by Ensayo. And we're going to go back to the point of the scrum. Okay, let's take a look here.
Well, there's Muir going down on it. And I mean, there was no intent there. I don't know why that was a sin bin. I mean, I don't know. It was.
Stanford played for about 30 seconds with just 13 players. Here comes Ramin Cromartie, number 14. She's back on the field. Now she's replaced in the sin bin by Amelia V. Lyons, as Cromartie is on again, and so the Cardinal continues to play down a player.
Boy, that was harsh. That's a big, harsh blow to the Stanford side.
If we have a chance, while we're having a moment to tend to Deanna Pang, let's take a look and see if there's something we couldn't see once again on that hit. Maybe we can get to it. Let's go one more time. Okay, well, here comes the kick, and Rachel Muir fields it, number 15. There she goes.
And here's what I mean, that's a penalty. Well, maybe the knee in the back, maybe in the head, but that wasn't intentional.
No, that was not.
I mean, she just came through and was, she just made a bad play as far as judgment-wise, but there was no intent there, I don't think. I think that was a pretty harsh call and a big blow to the Stanford side.
All right, here's from the...
You got to let that player come up. Yeah, I mean, she caught her with a knee, but I don't think there's any intent there.
Tough call. And I'm sure that Dana was just thinking, I got to keep on.
They went all the way across the field about every 2 feet and dug and put sand in there, so we just have a field that won't take all the water you want to give.
Well, I know everyone's so thankful, and thanks for talking to us today, and back up to you guys.
Thank you. Brian, I hope someday you pay for a rugby field and have it named after you, too.
So does my wife.
Exactly. Well, that's great for him to do that at his alma mater like this, and it is a fabulous facility and has become the home of college rugby's Final Four.
And, you know,
very much like Omaha, Nebraska is for the College World Series.
And we've been to a lot of fields, but this playing surface here is one of the best, if not the best. Oh, look at that outside speed.
And this had 4 games on it yesterday in just a downpour. All right, Penn State up a player and up by 8, 15-7. They've got possession inside the territory of the Cardinal. Picking it up, Kristen Snyder, the skipper. She's inside the 10-meter line. And here come Penn State. Oh, nice little play by Warren as Burns couldn't handle it.
Yeah, it looks like Penn State's got some numbers out wide if they can shift it quickly.
Both sides are going to come back to the near side. Nice bit of ball handling there. Oh, big tackle. Boom. Right at the right place, right time. And penalty against. Nope. Not a penalty. This could be a scrum to Penn State.
Oh, you got the side judge with his flag out. But look at the defense right here. Look at the bottled up. Too close here. You only have to put one defender out there against this Penn State side.
Throw a miss, yeah. All right, let's find out. Dana Teagar today has been helped by Mark Nelson and Preston Gordon. They are the assistant referees.
Tackles down. Okay. Scrum, blue. Blue going forward. Yeah.
Whatever it was mitigated, apparently. High tackle, a little bit. Just bring it down. No need for another yellow. We've had 3 so far in this match.
Well, Penn State's already got the advantage out in the back line. With Stanford playing a player short. You know, sometimes you want to think about putting a forward out in that back line just to mark them up. If they can spin it out wide.
Anderson back inside. She comes down to the deck. Penn State still with the ball.
I mean, you got to go wide. You got the numbers out there.
Exactly. One more pass. Nice little bit of running. This time, this was Russell with the try yesterday against Brown.
And
maybe I make that. I'm sorry.
And one earlier today.
Yep. And Penn State in a recycle. Big batch out here. They go back inside, take it to the hooker Snyder again. On the hop. Nice hands by Anderson, and then they toss it away. Cardinal with the advantage, and the kick coming from the boot of Peng. Taken by Muir. Rachel running toward the touchline, now running toward the try line. She leaves it, picked up by Daly. Here comes Penn State right in front of the fans of both teams.
They're both hollering.
Screaming, yelling. Anderson inside, kind of surprised Russert. And Rachel Muir is shaken up. Second time in just a few minutes. We'll see if she wants to continue. Been fast around lately. Penn State going the wrong way with the possession, and now they are going to defend on a scrum after the knock forward. As we mentioned, Rachel Muir is still hurt right at the end of this run.
Well, here's the Muir stiff arm. Look at that. Oh, great fend. Good shot. Great fend. And look at, she knew she was going to go out about a little, actual little ankle tap. And there you see her just trapped on the bottom of that ruck. Yeah, she's had a pretty big 5 minutes of rugby there. But I just don't understand Penn State not shifting out wide. They had the numbers.
Penn State was clearly the advantage in the scrums, and that makes it very difficult at the back. Francis Wehrwein knocked down, but the Cardinal recycle it and start moving toward Penn State again. Is it a turnover this time? We'll see. Ball on a miss. And a penalty against the Cardinal. And a quick use of the ball. Number 2 is Kristen Snyder. Down. Anderson slips by. Anderson with 1 to beat. Anderson goes around and finally dragged down by Watkins.
I like the way that Anderson plays the fly half position, even though there's a ping here.
Yep.
We've seen her make a few line breaks today. She's picking her spots brilliantly. Here it is right here. Just tucks her head down nicely. Watkins is a tough last line of defense to beat. Almost did it.
Fingernails.
But Watkins did a good job bringing her down. And let's see, there's the penalty. Yeah, not releasing.
All right, they're going to have a chit-chat again about something seen by one of the assistant referees.
A high tackle.
High tackle against the Cardinal.
Now let's see if she reverses the call, though. I think didn't she have it was pinged against Penn State, I think.
Yeah.
But she's going to reverse it.
She goes with that, then it'll be probably a kick to Penn State.
And a good opportunity.
Yeah, you see the penalties today.
And she's been blowing the whistle, Dana has, 19-16.
It's fairly even. Although somebody's coming off now for Penn State. I think this is a blood situation. And that might be Muir. Yep. Boy, Rachel Muir. No, that's going to be Anderson coming off.
Oh, ouch. Well, she caught that boot. I'm not sure whose boot that was from Stanford.
Ann Blair is going to come onto the field for Penn State. And she will play out toward the wing. And as you mentioned, Brian, last year, Casey Furlick was a fly half. So I presume as they take a look at Anderson, that Furlick will go to the fly half spot. All right, start it with a kick. Take it. Dangerously close to their own end. Running sideways is Watkins into the try area. If Penn State can come up with this one, they'll have a great opportunity. They're going to have a 5-meter scrum.
Oh, it's still a great opportunity. I tell you, they are just playing desperate back there. Jessica Watkins trying to create some space for herself, but getting her team in all sorts of trouble. Okay, I'm gonna put the money now. Daly's gonna pick this one up. A lot of green on this left side.
And what we suggested might happen did. That is that Furlick is now moved from wing to fly half, and Blair took her slot out at the wing for the blood side.
And Penn State very effective on their scrums.
And they're pushing it forward right now. 2 meters away, 1 meter away. Getting close to New Year's here in a second. There she goes. In for the try goes Penn State. And you were right. Although Kate Daly had 7 in front of her, pushing her in there. She just had to wait for that opportune moment to put it in for the try. And now the mountain that Stanford must climb has gotten a little bigger.
Great control again by the Stanford pack. And look at the feet control. Nice control by Daly. Going forward, good marksman. Look at that scrum. Perfect as a number 8. You want to see that ball or that scrum just inching its way forward. And look at the feet work. Nice job by Kate Daly. Just had enough room to ground that ball. Dana Teagarden right on the spot. And I tell you, as a forward, you got to love that. The pushover tries, nothing's more demoralizing than those.
With Anderson on the sideline, Jane Gordon will attempt the conversion. And Gordon's kick is true. And now it's a 22-7 lead. Anderson has been taped. I think she may be coming back into the game. We'll see. Teresa Moline will replace Ono Ensayo for Stanford. So both sides going to the bench now. And the Cardinal wanted to find out when Amelia Viliance can come back on. Don't forget, they've been playing with 14 for a while now.
Yeah, now it's desperate times for Stanford. It's now a 3-score game. They need to get at least 3 scores to avenge this lead, get back in the game, and
Daly's coming hard.
Out wide.
Pass. There's one open. Make that pass. You could go away.
Oh, that was also nice play.
That's Muir right now. Muir goes outside. The one off the bench. That's Blair. Blair with brand new legs takes him close to 22 before she's brought down.
The speed of Watkins. Good on defense as well.
Ooh. Pass picked up by Olasani. Oh, nice movement by Snyder. Penn State on the far side. Furlick with a flick. still on her feet is Rosso. Rosso down at the 22. Player down for either side. Play continues. One of the players, it was Snyder, who was down for Penn State. She's up. One still down for the Cardinal. Watch out, Penn State's in great shape now. They go outside. As you've been suggesting, Brian, they can score a try. Now it's congested, goes out again to Snyder. She feeds it out to Rosso. Rosso is dangerous. Rosso stays on her feet. Rosso takes on Watkins. Rosso down, and it's going to be a knock-on in the tackle and a scrum to the Cardinal. And still the Cardinal hoping. Let's see. Now let's take inventory. We've got 3 on the ground and 1 coming back into the game. All right, let's take a look at the collision here.
Well, I think this is Lauren Rosso. She just knows one way to play in that straight up heads on. Oh, boom, right into Jessica Watkins. There's the knock on. Almost looked like she got it backwards. Jessica Watkins been called upon to make some big defensive saves here, as Penn State has had some numbers out wide. And meanwhile, Penn State finds themselves once more down just in the shadow of the try zone for Stanford.
Anderson ran onto the field. She was on the field. Now she's back off the field. And so that means that Blair stays on. I wish I had like a baseball scorebook for this. But Annie Blair stays on. And now they're going to make the switch again. So here comes Anderson back onto the field with a nice headdress. And people will be very pleased with the play of Ann Blair, who played on the wing in reserve during the blood substitution. Okay, that's all in place.
And look at the push, the shove, all sorts of worry.
Smith's going to bring it out. She was a successful once before at that. Gets it, and it's a big hit as they got the ball to Cromartie.
Boy, Aziani, she's not afraid to throw her head in there.
Nope.
New to the game, but doing well.
Penalty against the Cardinal. This could be it. 20 minutes roughly remaining in the match. Penn State leads at 22-7 here at Stanford. And with this penalty, Anderson will be able to chip it out. She's looking to have a line out as close as possible to the try line. Boom, and let's count it. 1, 2, 3. It's about 6 meters out.
Oh, and it's been a physical game all day long, Dave. As you mentioned, a lot of people going down, taking some minutes, some good forward play by Penn State. I think that forward pack for Penn State has been the difference in this game. They've dominated play. That Daly-Warman combination has been outstanding so far. And now they got the drive on again. There's Warman.
Penalty.
And she's digging again.
There it goes. There's another yellow card. It's going to be against the Cardinal.
Wow.
They've played this virtually the whole second half with just 14 players. This time it's the hooker, Jenny Grijalva, who is sin binned. I'm willing to bet, Brian, officially, that the Cardinal have played with 15 players for less than 2 minutes this half. They just got back to 15, and now they're back to 14. And it's tough when it's your hooker.
Well, we're going to see a front row replacement immediately, because you can't have a scrum without 3 front row players.
Right.
And I think
bring it back off.
I think Jonathan Griffin just said we don't have any more reserves in the front row, so they're going to probably be uncontested scrums.
You can't do that at the championship level. Yeah, we'll see how this is sorted out.
Yeah. And Mel Smith, she wants to know what her coach wants. Well, I mean, you got to have some front row players in there, Dave.
Particularly at home, yeah.
Safety's the. So who was that moved into the front row? Was that Whitaker? I think one of the flankers moved to the front row, but you can't.
Yeah, unless they've had experience. You're exactly right, because that's probably, if there is one thing about this game that every single coach who's ever coached rugby knows, the front row of this.
Well, they're not uncontested. And look who went down.
Yep.
The new player on the.
That is probably the most dicey part of the game, and that is the front 3 players on either team in that front row. And if they go down too hard, there is an opportunity for injury, and that's why, Brian, you rightly state this is not something to take lightly. Okay, here we go. 8-9, set up nicely by Penn State. There goes the 10. Oh my, was that set up just beautifully as Sadie Anderson scores another try. She's had a brilliant day, the freshman fly half for Penn State, and now the Cardinals are letting the Penn State team have a look at what might be a championship.
Well, look at Anderson, that huge hole. I mean, with 14 players, you're going to be down. There was no flanker coming out to give help. It looked like Kate Daly actually could have scored that by waltzing it, but look at that huge hole just opened up between Villians and Smith, and Sadie Anderson hit that line at pace. Excellent score by this Penn State side.
I don't think he could have done it any better. All right, so with the conversion attempt, Jane Gordon can put this one out of reach. And, you know, we were listening at halftime to Jonathan Griffin talk about the Cardinal program as the kick is good, and indeed, Penn State makes it a 29-7 lead, roughly 16 minutes and change left in this game. But, you know, Stanford is going to have a very nearly an impossible task, 14 players. And it's going to be very disappointing to have this done at home. But again, they took this took the heart out of Penn State last year with the last-second try to win this competition. And there should certainly be no heads hung low by the Cardinal making it to this game again. And this remarkable story, 5 times in a row these two teams have played, and the Cardinal have won 3 of them head-to-head. And presumably with Penn State in full control, they will have split the last 6 national championships between them, 3 apiece. Wow.
Yeah, 2 dynamic programs, wonderful coaching as well. Good facilities, good support backing.
Yeah, Penn State's got beautiful facilities as well.
And a good men's program. They made the playoffs once again this year.
Have they substituted both of their front row qualified players? They identified 5. Have they substituted 2?
They're going to check on, as you heard from Dana Teagarden, just your point. How many front row players have been replaced?
They identified 5 qualified. You double check because they identified 5. We're going to go uncontested. Uncontested.
Well, she's just making sure that there was enough front row players to begin with in the 22.
Yeah.
I think she just said uncontested, did she not?
I did not hear that. But I would check because I've had experience with this as a coach, and I believe at the championship level, you're done if you can't scrummage. Yeah, I don't believe you can have you can't have uncontested scrums.
Well, what if you have 2 or 3 front row players go out?
I think game over. Checkmate. at a championship game.
Well, that would surprise me.
Well,
but you're a coach. I'm just an old has-been.
I'm an old coach. All right, let's see what happens.
Yeah, uncontested. There's no drive.
Scrum.
That's all.
Pass it into the centers. Boom, almost taken away, and it is taken away by Penn State. This time it's picked up by Osani.
Still plenty of fight in the Stanford side.
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of pride here, you know, in front of their home crowd. And
Mel Smith certainly hasn't given up. She's been all over defensively for the Stanford side.
Okay, double check the number of subs then. Scrum blue.
Yeah, Dana Teagarden is still.
She's just laying it down.
Yeah, she's researching it right now. Well, she's
doing her job.
No.
Yep. I'll tell you one thing about Dana today is she made it very clear to both teams that if they were going to mess around on the floor with the ball, she wasn't going to put up with it, and she hasn't.
That's certainly true.
No, make no mistake about it. I think there are 4 total yellow cards today.
Yep.
All right.
Playing the man without the ball.
This is going to let the advantage go. Picked up nicely by Fadden. Penn State on the attack.
Still got it out wide.
Daly with a hole, Daly with a gap, Daly with a bang and a tackle and down. She's inside the 10-meter line on the Cardinal side of the pitch.
Tin Red! Move, Tin Red, move! Come back this way!
Still
nice
open.
Yeah, nice setup. Good step by Rosso. Down to the 22. Methodically, Penn State using the ball phase after phase, Brian. It's a clinic now.
Well, they're just holding on to it a little bit too long, that last pass. I thought Rosso should have got it out a little bit sooner. Create that 2-on-1 outside against Watkins. But Penn State doing a good job moving that ball back downfield into the Stanford end. Yeah, Penn State, I think, just a dominating performance up front, and it doesn't help that you're playing a man short, like you had mentioned, just about this whole 40 minutes, second half. They're down by 5 at the break.
Yep.
And Penn State quickly turned it into a bigger lead. You see some of the concern on the Stanford sideline.
The play of the second half that I find most interesting, though, is still the, take a look at Daly picking up. She's 10 meters out, along with the Penn State crew. Go wide, you got another one. Nice long pass. Russo, inside 5. Rosso. Play. Here come Penn State. No, taken away by the Cardinal, but they're playing in the shadows of their own goalposts.
Yeah, that's going to be trouble.
5 meter scrum.
Yeah.
Yep.
5 meter scrum.
No, I was going to say the only play of the second half, which I think changed everything, was when Rachel Muir, the fullback for Penn State, covered the kick, and she was covered up by Amelia V. Lyons. Not only did the play go the other way when we thought that Stanford would have the opportunity for the kick trailing by 8, but in addition, that brought V. Lyons off the pitch. And take a look at the domination of Penn State.
In the scrum. They've had a lot of put-ins today. It's a lot of scrums, 22. And especially when you have Daly at the back, I mean, it just works into their hands. We saw a nice little pushover try earlier. Oh, it's uncontested, so we're not going to see that.
Here comes Daly. I don't think they're going to stop her, are they? Nah, they couldn't stop her. There's another try for her. Well, we can call this one, let's see, the Daly Anderson show. Try.
Yeah, and again, uncontested, that just gives her a free mark right off the base. No trouble from that platform. She plows through 3 Cardinal. You see the disgust by Mel Smith. And Daly's just too powerful. I mean, she is just a load. Nice reach. You see Smith in the 2 premier college women rugby players in the country, according to many.
They identified 5 players at the pre-match
and I think Pete Steinberg has to be pretty happy with the way his side played today. Very clinical. Could even probably scored more. They missed a lot of opportunities in that first half where they really could open it up.
All right, Jane Gordon, who has been spot on with her kicking today, lines up for the conversion. Stays that way. 36-7. Last year, this match came down to the final play with Stanford with the win. Let's restart. And just when you don't think things can get much worse, the Cardinal with the unforced error, the ball did not go 10.
Well, if I was
I'd pick it up right now. Yeah, exactly. Hello.
There she is. She can go all the way. Nope.
Kate, or excuse me, Annie. Let's watch this. Watch Brian. He's got a signal for you. Pick it up and run. Scrum at midfield now. Let's see who's coming back on. They're going to bring in Janae Grijalva back onto the pitch to.
Hey, they're at full strength. What do you know?
Yeah.
See if they can make it through the game.
Yes, there are 15 Cardinal on the pitch.
Yeah, and it's tough when you're playing down in person the whole game, the whole second half, actually. And I agree. That call against the Lions. That was a harsh penalty on that.
All right. Oh, there she is on the run again. This gal's had a big day. Jessica Watkins. And she's inside 22. So Cardinal get back to 15, and immediately they take the ball inside Penn State territory.
Well, the thing about Jessica Watkins, you know, she's got so much speed, so much talent when she gets in the open that sometimes she tries to do a little bit too much on her own. We've seen her bottle up a few times into touch. But she certainly does have a lot of gas.
All right, Kyle Armstrong. Yes, I said Kyle Armstrong and Jackie Cairns on for Penn State, wearing numbers 18 and 19 respectively. I think coming off right now is Jane Gordon, who's going to get a, actually it's Rachel Smyers comes off, and so does Leah Fadden. So they get a hero's welcome as they get to the touchline, and that allows Armstrong and Cairns to get in the match and say, I played.
I like that.
I played in the national championship game back in 2009. And someday these young ladies will say back in 2009. There you go. Number 4 is Myers and Rachel with a great game today. That second row thrust, she was 50% of it.
Yeah, really good demonstration by this forward pack by Penn State. You know, that's where we thought Stanford might be a little bit vulnerable.
We have a minute or two. Let's spend it with Maria.
Thanks, guys. I'm with one of the assistant coaches. You have to be proud, not only of your team, but of all the great fans that came all this way.
We have a load of parents. We've got a lot of alumni that are local, but we also have alumni that have traveled quite a distance to be here. It's really great. And we have people texting us wanting to know the score since it's not being broadcast until later. So it's wonderful to have all the support.
Well, thanks for talking to us. And guys, it's full of people texting, all the technology. It's great.
It is great. Here comes the kick. Yeah, they're going to give this one back and let Jessica have another run. Watkins coming towards you, Brian, and she flips it out. That's not good.
Lauren Rosso.
Yeah. They are not going to find her until she is in for the try. Lauren Rosso in for another try. So how many of the tries now? I believe there's 3 Penn State players with 2 apiece.
Well, let's see. Sadie Anderson scored 2.
Rosso's got 2 now.
Rosso's got 2. Daly's got 2. You're right.
There you go. There's a got a teaching point on that. It's coming from an old coach. As you took a look at that, here's what the problem is. When players run sideways, never do good things happen. And Jessa Watkins was looking for a place to run. Penn State did not let her cut up. She tossed the ball and went behind Ramin Cromartie, and that just set it up for the try. And look at that. They are human. Sadie Anderson with the missed conversion attempt. 41-7. I guess you smile all you want. You're going to get a nice big Eagle trophy in a few minutes.
And you know what's scary about it?
Go to Disneyland.
They keep getting more and more talented players. They have about 61 players on their roster that for this year, about a third, Pete Steinberg said, had played some rugby in high school.
Rosso wants to have the 3rd try. Here she goes. With a step, with a bang, and a boom, and she's down. Finally taken by Watkins.
Yeah, Watkins had to have played a lot of defense today.
Jessica's had one hard afternoon turned to evening. Here's the kick by Smith. She's looking to kill the ball. She does with the touch kick. Time to gather and
yeah, she's like, when is that final whistle gonna blow?
Yeah, sometimes it's just not your day. That happens.
Sometimes you go up against the better side, and I think Penn State were the better team today. We thought it was going to be close, but Penn State asserted themselves early on. Could have scored more in that first half, but really took it to them in the second half. And again, you know, down a person the whole second half. That didn't help any.
I think Brittany Vesco, the scrum half reserve, is about to come in. That means that Annie Ziegler would come off, but we'll see if they do that.
Ziegler's had a good game directing the attack, that forward momentum. Good distribution out to Sadie Anderson. But again, Kate Daly, Allison Warman, good combo at that back row.
Yeah, I think with 6 minutes left, I think it's time to empty the bench, and every single sub can go on. And the Cardinal trying to work with the line-out ball. Back of their own. Bring it out. Smits. Outside 22. Cardinal, second phase. Again, it goes to be Lions. Oh, boy.
Good pressure defense by the back line for Penn State.
Penn State just teeing off on the Cardinal now defensively.
And plus, you know, we haven't really said when you're down a man the whole second half, everybody else is going to work a little bit harder.
Exactly. Well, look at this Daly with a little chip kick ahead. It's a race, and the ball is knocked down by Kate Daly. So we'll see if they make the substitutions right now. It'll be Brittany Vesco and Ann Blair, who's already been in the game for just a sec. They both run onto the field. So Blair, let's see, she is going to go and replace. I think she's replacing Megan Burns. That's exactly right. There's Megan, number 12. She's done for the day. She's going to have a nice big gold medal around her neck in a little bit.
And Amy Ziegler, yep, the scrum half, she does come out.
Thank you for backing me up on that. I was
Replaced
busy
by
with the
Vesco,
other.
yes.
All right, here we go. Taken by the number 8 Wehrlein. Francis down. And they shove it forward. Nice bit of work by Victoria Whittaker. A little mayhem going on, but now it's taken out. Passed by Vesco. That's her first effort. To Anderson in the tackle. Under 5 minutes remain in this national championship contest. Penn State. Furlick kicks it in goal. Furlick running. Furlick is going to win the race. Try to Penn State.
A good initiative. She saw that defense coming up flat. One line. Kick over the top. Almost saw she was obstructed. But she did well to fight through the defense, and Furlick scores the try, the 7th of the day for this Penn State side.
You know,
look at the defense coming up quick.
And I'll tell you what sets this up, Brian, which is interesting about Mr. Stuber's pitch here. Let's go ahead and take another look at it here.
And there it is.
One of the peculiarities.
Right there, I thought there's a little bit of obstruction.
One of the peculiarities about rugby worldwide is that the end zones can be anywhere between 10 and 25 meters. And here they are at least 20. And that allows the confidence of a player to tap it through where the defenders have a lot more area in goal. And this kick is missed. Score remains 46-7. Let's take a look at our play of the game, and this is the Penn State forward pack, and they all deserve the medal now.
Yeah, just very demoralizing if you're a Stanford Cardinal at that point. Kate Daly, good control at the base, good power, and look at that healthy forward pack for Penn State coming up.
That was our National Guard play of the game. Oh, tossed away again, but knocked on by Furlick. She almost, if she handles that cleanly, she's gone again.
For her second.
Yep.
Join the club.
Yeah, exactly. The 2-try club for Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State, a very, very good display today. They should be very happy with their season, with their performance on the weekend.
I guess if you're going to fly from the Bay Area back to Pennsylvania, and I don't know if they fly to Philly or Pittsburgh and then drive to the middle point of the state, no matter what, they're going to be one happy bunch crossing the states. Watkins.
Penn State again has done very well today. Corral and Jessica Watkins.
Whittaker. Here they come. A knock on. Cardinal. Scrum, Penn State.
I like the way Amelia Lyons plays. She's just a freshman. She's on the USA under-20 squad, so she's got some talent. We've already seen that today. State pole vault record holder in the state of Arkansas, where she was a multi-sport star. So great athletes.
Pole vault scares me.
Standing up here
scares me. Yeah, we're on a pole, as a matter of fact. Oh boy! All right. Going to have it wide. Smits puts it out to Watkins. Watkins puts it out wide. That's going to go down into tackle again.
If the Stanford back three have some issues, it's with handling. Yeah. They do run a bit sideways. They got a lot of speed, but there's some handling issues.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can be a world-class sprinter, but if you're running sideways, you ain't going anywhere. Just ain't. Now our tower begins to wiggle a bunch. I'm starting to get worried about this. I don't want this thing to fall down in the last minute of the game. Very disappointing. 46-7, Penn State leading Stanford. Let's see, overall for Penn State. Do some, by the way, before I even do that, let's go ahead and congratulate again Navy and Brown for making it to the Final Four.
Exactly. No small achievement.
Nope, not at all. So Brown and Navy, they were eliminated yesterday, and Stanford just moments away from elimination, and then there will be just the one, his team.
And once again, both Navy and Brown were here last year. Same Final Four.
Isn't that amazing? This should be it. By all rights, this should take care of it, right? Daly's still not done. She wants that hat trick.
She doesn't like sharing that.
No, two try. Okay, here's another possession. Big swing wide. They've got people running, fall on the deck. It's going to go to tackle. Next infraction should stop this. And it's kind of messy.
No tackle.
Yeah, it is a little bit messy. I think it's one to end on.
Yeah, it is. Time to stop. That should do it.
Knocked on.
Knocked on by the Cardinal, and Dana says, yep. She heard Brian Vizard say it's all done. All right, we've got a national championship won by Penn State. Our Maria Pekagis has the winning.
Penn State coach, wow, what a win. What a way to reclaim the national championship.
Well, our goal at the beginning of this season was to set a new standard for women's collegiate rugby. We played Stanford in 2005. They beat us by more than 50 points, and they set the new standard then, and our goal was to set a new standard this year, and I think we did it today.
Well, congratulations. A huge celebration for Penn State today. Well deserved, guys.
Thank you very much, Maria. 5 national championships won by Penn State. They won their first in '97. They win another one this year. We'll be right back. 5 championships for that team, Penn State. And, you know, you take a look at Griff there, and it's like, he said it best, you know, the best team won of the day. Nothing to hang your head about with as many championships as they've won, including 3 of the last 6, as we've mentioned. And now Penn State equal to the task, 3 of the last 6. Maria has reset. She has those National Guard players of the match.
And boy, are there some happy ladies in the house. Girls, number one, congratulations. And how does this feel, co-MVP?
This feels amazing. I could die happy right now, and I'd be good to go.
Well, and, you know, lots going on during the match. You had to come out. You got injured. What are you feeling right now?
I just love my teammates. Like, I cannot even believe this is the best way I could ever end my college career. With this baby doll right here. I'm so excited.
And tell me, you know, teammates build not only lifelong friendships, but you guys have so much integrity and you came so far. What was it like to go up against this tough Stanford team and reclaim the championship after they won last year?
We played our game. We just came out and made them have to step up to us, and it was all about our teammates and how we were going to play. And playing for each other, and playing for our team, and playing for the 60 girls at home. Hey, guys! Woo! Love you.
Well, guys, happy girls all around. Back to you.
Again, congratulations to Sadie Anderson and Kate Daly, our National Guard players of the game. Brian, let's take a look at some more of the highlights. This is how they won their 5th straight.
Well, it was Sadie Anderson that got off the scoring in the second half. 15-7, that increased the lead. And then, oh, the play by Mel Smith. I still think this was my favorite play of the game. She put Watkins out in the clear. There was some good fence throughout by both sides. Outstanding defense. Here you see Jessica Watkins, and this is where Sadie Anderson takes the boot. She had to leave the game for a short time, but she came back to score another try. Pushover try by this Penn State squad. Again, good domination up front. And there's Sadie Anderson taking that through that big gap that was presented to her. And here's that uncontested scrum. Kate Daly again just powers through 3 Stanford players. And it was good defense. And Lauren Rosso, she scores her second with about a 40-meter breakaway off another turnover ball by Stanford. And then closing out the scoring, well, one more try, but it doesn't matter. There's the happy Penn State team collecting their honors and celebrating their 5th national championship.
And that's it. That's it from the National Guard Game of the Week, as Penn State has defeated Stanford with a final score of 46-7. For Brian Vizard and Maria Prekagis, I'm Dave Sitton saying so long from Palo Alto, where once again Penn State makes it 5 national championships as they defeat the Cardinal. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.